wife and your children in order to pursue that. What do you think, as men, is that a good thing to do?
For you to make partner, big to firm first. Like people have to understand that. And I was like, right, that's mad.
You said you
said you were going to take it.
You have to off your boots.
If you have all that stuff, it's alright.
No car or no internet?
No car.
You gotta live without one. Back to it though. Like, how much?
Yes.
That's gonna be someone on the wedding. Sample.
Why do you move your waist like that?
Bro. What have you been watching?
Oh my gosh. So him that was just twerking right now.
You said
Don't pause to him, but me pointing it out. I'm the
one that was saying when the twerk.
That's the way society works. When you finger at the wrong person.
God damn.
Where'd you get that from? That Concord something?
Emperor, the
It's not TikTok or something, was that?
Yeah. Emperor, the conqueror, the champion. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not TikTok.
Isn't it flavours?
No, that's his people.
That's his people still.
Bro, I feel like you should just like pull your phone on silent. It's kind of rude.
Honestly.
No one's phone is going off. I just feel
You've
like
done it before.
I just feel like it's disrespectful
You've done it
personally. I just feel like you just
I was
don't
checking
rate,
something,
you just don't rate our
actually.
time. But
Wow.
Anyway,
Actually, tell a lie. Someone told us that we should stop being on our phone.
Yeah.
We're listening.
Yeah.
We're listening.
Can't like they did.
I can't have hardly on my phone.
who said that?
I'm the worst.
A supporter.
Yeah, I'm the worst.
I'm hardly on my phone.
You don't come through his
I'm
elephant
the
memory.
worst.
His
I'm like
elephant
this
memory,
more time.
fam.
Swear.
Anyway,
what were you gonna say?
I've got a quick game.
Okay.
Alright,
It's
cool.
not really a game, but it's just a
new
this
game
or
also.
that kind of thing, innit?
Little bit
If
of
you don't
this,
like
little
this
bit of
segment,
that.
yeah, let me know and we'll continue. But SB this or that, innit? So I'm gonna ask you, I'm gonna give you two options, you've got to choose one, yeah?
Okay.
Okay. Start off like African Fanta or Supermalt.
What am I having a ring?
Bro, just this or that.
African
man.
Fanta.
Don't
Why you gonna be
complicate it.
one of them guys?
Innit, what's up?
One man, I mean,
They're complicated, bro.
I'm trying to visualize it.
though.
I'm trying to visualize
I
it.
get what he's doing.
Is it cold or is it room temperature?
Is it lukewarm? Is it lukewarm?
Now, because if I'm having J rice, the Fanta. If I'm having pounded yam and assorted,
Bro, it
Fanta's
doesn't
better.
matter.
Okay.
It's not.
You know what?
Do you get what I mean?
It's
You get what I mean?
When do you have it?
Because if
With
you
the
drink
pounded yam
pounded,
and assorted,
no, like if you drink Fanta with pounded yam, you're
disgusting. You're crazy, bro. Fanta pounded yam. It's insane. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll do it. No, but it's weird.
You're gentrified.
Do you have Fanta or Sugar?
I will do it, fam.
no.
Do you have Fanta or Sugar?
That's a mad thing.
Because that was a mad. I think that one.
I'll do it
You see, what with Asu, you can have that one with
That's
shots.
a chemical reaction.
Shots, bitter lemon. That's the same thing.
Bitter lemon.
Chemical reaction.
Wow.
Pounded yam and Super Bowl.
Really, what talk? Ayo, all things being equal.
I'll start with
let's leave it at that.
All
All things
African
being
Fanta
equal.
or
fam.
Supermalt?
Supermalt.
Supermalt.
I'll go Supermalt.
Super.
Fanta, bro.
I got a fan as well, you know. You man Supermalt.
Do you know what it is? If you man said my emo, I would have chose my emo.
No.
But Supermalt.
That is the entry level malt, bro.
Wait, Afri Malt. That's the worst, bro.
Bro, anything other than Supermalt.
bro.
Anything other than Supermalt.
My emo
What's one? Ultimo.
Ayo, all I'm saying is,
Variations are dead.
you have not drank my emo, bro. Trust me.
I've drank it.
Bro, trust me, my emo, that's the
Bro,
premium. Bro,
My
once you
Supermalt
drink,
doesn't bang,
bro,
man.
once you
Fuck,
drink
try
my
it.
emo for a certain period of time, and then you go back to Sumo, trust me, it tastes gazy, bro.
This sounds like Marmite.
It tastes like sweet.
Gazy.
Next one.
Hey, shout out to your chaps though. Chapman's all the way.
Come on. Next one, yeah?
Yeah.
No car or no internet?
No
You gotta
car.
live without one.
No car.
No internet. Deep no internet.
Does that include 4G and that?
Wait.
No internet.
Wait. What about if someone does personal hotspots?
No internet. You cannot
Yeah,
connect
no.
online.
Yeah,
When you say no car, as in
yeah,
how
no
many people
car.
have cars?
Yeah, but you can
Yeah,
never.
yeah, I'll choose no cars.
Yeah, no car.
You can never drive.
choose
yeah?
no car.
Cool. So no car.
No
Cool.
skirt.
No car.
No
skirt.
No car.
Yeah, I'll choose no
No
car.
car.
No
No
car.
car. Say no more. Sense of taste or eyesight?
What? Gone
damn.
or
Oh,
what do
eyesight.
you mean?
One is gone. So
Oh,
you
one is
lose
gone.
your sense of taste or you lose your eyesight.
I'll lose my sense of taste.
But that means
I'll
you'll
lose my
never
sense of
taste
taste.
everything. Just
Yeah,
taste
that's fine.
bad.
At least I can see.
Whether it's cereal,
You
whether
know
it's
what? I'm able
pan
to eat healthier.
Elfie.
healthier.
I'm able to eat healthier. When I say that's the
Yo, the H factor was mad.
That's the healthier.
LG. You said LG.
Sound really Essex thing.
You said LG.
Healthier.
Don't worry, you don't worry.
Hold on.
LG.
I'm Nigerian.
Okay. What does that mean?
What's you guys' excuse?
I said also Nigeria. I wasn't here.
I said
LG. I said LG.
I know healthier. So what were you not choosing?
I don't want to talk about it.
Stage fright.
What would you be healthier?
I got stage fright.
What are you choosing, bro?
I have to figure out
Is this one gonna have an H inside?
The H factor,
I
fam.
have to think about it.
LG.
You want niggas with shine. One mistake, fam.
One mistake. You know when you have to read a class, yeah? You follow one word.
One word.
Made a paragraph is a myth.
You said no, miss, I don't want to talk about it.
The rest of the book is a myth. It's a myth. I don't want to talk about
She's trying to ginger you to continue.
Yeah,
No.
One man.
I'm saying. And Sarah went for the dustpan brush.
It's gonna dust my
There's
brush.
no ambush. There's no ambush.
No, it's a dust my brush.
There's no ambush.
It's a dust my brush.
Hey, that's a past episode joke. Did it?
I'll say no taste. No taste.
No taste,
Yeah, no taste.
Everything just tastes bad.
Bro, no eyesight.
Oh, no eyesight.
Wait, you can taste some good food, Joe.
Oh, wait, why? You can piece of good.
Man said you can taste some things.
No, you're
Oh my god.
I can't lie, I love food, you know. Imagine never tasting anything.
Wait,
Wait, they give you mad salt.
Imagine, is this
sexual innuendo or
No, it's just everything.
Some food means
I love
food.
food. Yeah.
Look at your head. Look at your head.
As in, you can't taste it.
Okay.
He's fried it.
Every drink. Every drink.
Because this guy was like,
Hey, you took it somewhere else. No, took it somewhere else.
one else.
They just violated.
No, you said no sight.
No, I'm saying,
No, you said no taste.
You're talking
Yeah, no
about
taste.
not being able to taste because of being a foodie or whatever. But I'm saying you don't get to see your children being born.
Bro.
You don't ever get to see your missus again. You never get to see your nephew that you love so much. But for real, this guy is successful. But for you guys,
Oh, you can still eat it. You just don't taste it.
It's absolutely
you
simple.
like food? I'm shocked that you did the
No,
taste.
I do, but
Like food, sight.
size, no.
Like food and sight.
Can't lie.
Bro, I don't.
That's a tough one, you know. Do you know what it is? That everything tastes the same. Do you know what mad is? Even mint, you can't taste mint
That's
from.
mad.
No, but
You
that's
can't even
okay.
taste your breath.
No, but like,
Everything has no taste.
What's your answer?
Aye, my stomach hurts. I don't even know, you know.
You have to pick
Well,
one.
you have to pick one, innit?
man said I don't know.
Nah, bro, not tasting ever again in your life.
Nah, I can't lie.
Do you know how boring that is?
Bro,
Bro,
this is, man.
close your eyes.
Do the whole episode.
No taste.
Do the whole episode with your eyes closed.
You know how scary that is, bro.
You mad?
Do the whole episode with your eyes closed.
Bro, no way.
Yeah. So no taste.
Close your eyes.
What's yours?
No taste.
Stevie.
Oh, you choose big man.
God damn.
You want to taste the
man
food? You want to taste the food?
That's a joke, bro.
He said yes.
No,
bro.
So wait, so you want to be blind?
That was a great joke. That's a great joke. I'm sorry. That's a fantastic
Okay,
joke.
SP Live, you got a line with any of
No, wait. No, the way he said makes sense. What was wrong with that?
Man said Stevie.
I mean, is he not blind?
Hey, we haven't blown yet. Let's not cut ties with any.
Now you're biting me.
See, exactly. See, he said, you committed to it now.
You know you have to sleep and wake up tomorrow.
Oh, man.
And you're doing it.
But yeah, if it was me, I'm choosing the no taste, bro.
Yeah, no taste.
Yeah, no taste.
Wait, why did you make that sound, bro?
His face like that. You were like, that's your final taste.
Nah, bro.
You just lick the air.
Yeah, just one more.
No taste, bro.
Bro,
Maybe
no
just
taste.
lick the air.
You like food as well, Ennish, you know Ennish.
But you can't eat Ennish, you just want to taste it.
It's just for fun.
For rural.
You save money in restaurants though. You just choose the cheapest thing.
I just want to point out how aft we are.
Oh, pound of yam for rural. No, never again.
We've never said what British food. Everything's always been a swallow. Everything's always been swallow. No Chinese, nothing. Everything.
That's mad though. Imagine back to the swallow, you can't taste it. That's mad.
Your wife may ask you,
Don't
how's
big
it
lumps
taste?
going down the throat, bro.
Remember back cement, bro.
You could though. You actually could. You wouldn't taste it.
I've been so finished,
You wouldn't taste it.
Next one.
Yeah, no sight.
No sight, yeah.
You choosing no side.
Shout out no sight.
So you can eat
Shout out brand no
food.
sight though. Check that on Instagram. No.
What's it? So you'll eat the food.
You know the thing is,
Yeah.
when you put something on the screen. Yeah, put the. Anyway, Yoruba girls or Igbo girls?
Ah, this guy, you're wicked.
Emperor the champion is yeah.
Well, you know what I'm saying?
You like Igbos.
Igbo girls, man.
You're Yoruba, bro. Man.
I like. Anyway, Igbo girls still.
Igbo girls.
Ghanaian girls.
You're a smart man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of us are wide. Oh, love what you.
Every other day, I
love what you.
love
He's a wise
Sometimes you have to
man.
make a business decision.
Yeah, business. Yeah.
I already know what
Some of us are wise.
This is very, but for those that don't know,
I like Igbo girls, you understand?
say one Igbo word just to confirm it. One Igbo word just to
Why?
confirm it. Just to confirm it.
I don't need to. Can you?
Oh, the man. Come on. You know I'm going.
Yoruba.
Come on.
Yeah, wait.
Oh,
You're
why,
Yoruba.
yeah.
That's some other.
I want more.
First of all,
You're Yoruba. Let's not.
don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Let's not lie.
He dabbles across the fence sometimes.
Wait, hold on.
I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that far.
What's going on
I have to
here?
back my Yoruba, brother.
You know.
Thank you.
Go for
Yoruba,
it.
Yoruba, yeah.
Come on.
But I just didn't like the way you just
No,
jumped
but
there.
we know though, bro. Like
Hey.
Nah, we know.
What about you, bro?
We know, bro.
Ghana.
You get me? You get me?
Eti sir.
It's say. Yeah, Mahoya fair. She knows
Oh,
what it
with the
means.
fret.
Baby jets.
You know that one there. And then the last one.
Hey, the coast is gold.
Last one.
I'm going to catch the best to work.
Hey, that's my
Now you're stretching it. Hey, listen. You have support now. You got support now. You got support now.
What was the thing he said?
Why are you backing them? Anyways, your girls are from GH, bro. Why are you backing them?
Last one, yeah. Eforiro. Egusi.
For real, that's it.
It's not that easy, you know.
Like, I'm a new convert. I just converted to them.
You struggle to get that level, bro.
Hey, I'm doing calculations due to some situations.
Situation.
Yes, for your people, them with the nation. Trepidation.
You knew Shaggs is quarter Ghanaian, by the way. Just quick fact.
Why?
Makes sense.
What?
I know that.
Damn, this is annoying, isn't it? Yeah. Eighth Ghanaian.
Oh, eighth, sorry.
Except for the nations.
I recently converted for rural and I can't lie. It's just delicious. Man.
Really? I like both. I don't know.
No, you know, it's just the way it makes the beef so sweet.
I'm an Egusi man. I can't lie to
both,
you.
bro. I can't decide.
I like Egusi, man.
But I won't lie, I tried Obono.
Ooh, you see? That one kind of...
What about Elastic?
That one kind of...
Hold on. Time out.
Oh, God,
Just for context,
Yeah.
for people who don't understand, these are all different Nigerian soups
That you have with
that you
pounded
have
jam
with
or
like pounded yam,
Ghanaians have a
and
goosey.
stuff like that.
You said the goosey.
Let's put it out
They have
there.
their own goosey. Theirs is nice as well.
Ogbono.
They didn't have everything we
Can't
have.
lie, Ferrero for me.
A Ferrero,
But Ogbono. Oh
Ogbono,
god.
yeah, but that wasn't an option. If there was an option, I would have chosen that.
a goose,
It's a good scene.
a goose, a Ferrero. That's a.
What about you?
Oh, I might have to go with the Ferrero.
Ferrari.
Ferrero.
Free, why not?
Yeah,
You ready?
free.
Come
Yeah,
on.
but always remember you were trying to say something earlier about free time.
Yeah, literally, I was going to ask the man then, what do you actually do? Like, how do you spend your free time? Obviously, working 9 to 5 and businesses on the side as well. What do you actually do? Like, how do you make time?
What is free time?
Can't lie, I need more.
No time to waste time.
This is my free time.
Honestly, real talk.
This is our free time. I swear to you.
This is my free time.
Recording this is our free time.
Another thing is, yeah, I blink and it's Monday.
Fam.
Yeah.
The weekends go like,
Fam.
it's just like,
It's always something
There's
to
always
do.
something to do,
it's like,
man.
I can't even, I feel like I need to rest to rest.
Yeah.
Like, I need to decompress.
I need a day
So I
between
can
the
rest
next
properly.
day to recover from the last day.
Bro,
That's what I need.
would you guys say that we need to sort of make time then, like allocate time for rest then?
No, I need to create.
We need to create it. It doesn't exist.
I did create hours. I did 25 hours in it.
In
Fam.
my life, I need
25 hours
to
a day.
drink of the fountain of life so I stay young, bro.
It's like this is the busiest we've ever been in life. This is the busiest we've ever been.
Yeah.
Last
Well,
year,
we have
last
energy
year
for
was
it, so.
mad. No, last year I think one of the most craziest, busiest years of my life.
I do.
And this year, bro, I think I barely sleep like 4 or 5 hours, bro.
That's
Yeah,
mad.
it's true. Can't lie.
Crazy, bro.
Mad.
But when you do get free time, what do you do? I know it doesn't really exist, but when you do have that,
You know what it is, yeah? It's like my free time has already been booked.
That's what I'm saying.
I swear to
That's
you,
what I'm
like,
saying.
we're living the
bro.
same life.
That's what I'm
My
saying.
calendar.
Literally.
That's what I'm saying.
Sometimes I look for my calendar and I'm like, raw, this day is free. How?
Yeah,
Like,
and then it then gets
and then
taken.
boom, oh, you have to be outside there. So let's say a dinner on Saturday, maybe you have to go see your parents or do something for your dad. And obviously you have life admin you need
Yeah,
to do.
honestly, yeah.
Sunday for me now is 9 to 5. And I mean actually mean 9 to 5. I leave my house at 9, I get home at 5. So by the time I get home, it's like, raw, I actually need to get ready for work tomorrow. So Sunday doesn't even exist. So Saturday is like the only day.
Guys, just Sunday 9 to 5.
Because I go church.
Go church,
My church is
yeah,
Greenford,
church
isn't
far.
it? So I have to go pick people up in the morning for church, get to church for 10:30. Church finishes about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. I drop people home and I come back home to my crib 5:30.
That's ridiculous.
Man,
Yeah, that's
bro,
crazy.
Sundays.
That's why us black people are tired at work, you know.
Bro,
You see, our counterparts.
Where did that come from?
Let him speak.
It makes sense. It makes sense. You know why? Yeah.
What, like, 'cause
When
they
we
don't do
go
stuff
back
on
to
their
work
weekends?
on Monday, these men are so active. Moses, I was work. Oh, they're active, and I'm like, why are you not always so active?
I'm sorry.
You know why?
Why is a mad assumption to assume they don't do anything on the weekend? That's a
No,
mad
bro,
assumption.
listen to me,
listen, let me
On Sunday, yeah, and a lot of us are involved in our churches as well. You're actually waking up early, like the same time you go to work sometimes. Yeah.
Bro,
No, but it's a mad assumption. Some of these men are do football coaching,
No, but
all that sort of stuff.
I hear it.
Like
but
all that
ours
sort of
is
stuff.
constant, fam.
well, actually, no. I have to be with God. Sorry.
I said, rather.
No, but I'm just saying it's less.
Some people do
It's
different
less
things.
demanding on energy.
Whose man is this?
I'm just
Whose
saying.
man is this?
I'm just saying. You know how people
I'm on the good.
Forever God thing.
Wait.
Rather than
Rewind. What did you say? Say that again.
I was saying that, like, I can imagine that being on a football pitch or watching my kid coach or coaching a football team is less draining and less tiring than the shift I have to do for church.
I mean,
Not
that's
saying-
an assumption.
Well, you don't coach for 5-6 hours in the rain on a Sunday.
Well, you might. That's a mad assumption. You might do.
People are doing.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying the football coaching thing. I'm
No,
not saying
but even with the football
that's
coaching
what I'm
thing.
saying. Bro, I've seen people.
No. I'm talking about.
3
No,
hours.
okay, let me use
That's
some.
the
No,
one-
wait,
that's
hold
the
on.
one specific
Hold on,
example.
let me use the example. Let me use my example. Yeah,
go on.
I have a guy at work. Yeah, he runs a football league, so it's not just one match that he oversees over the day. He actually has to be there. Bro, someone like that now, he's equivalent to you, bro. He comes in on Monday and he's stressed.
Fair enough.
That's what I'm saying. It's a mad assumption.
Majority of them they're resting on Sunday. They've told me.
They told me. I spoke to all of them.
They're chilling. They're chilling. I come in tired, fam.
But to be honest, I don't know what the solution is to it, you know, because even like I don't even feel like I have enough time for work. Like obviously you guys know I did exams like towards the end of last year. I have exams again this year, and I'm just like, God, how, man?
Do you feel like you have enough time for your loved ones?
I talk to my mum every day. So yeah, that's fine. Like me, I talk to my mum every day. I talk to my siblings weekly, my dad weekly. But obviously, I don't have time to spend quality time with them because I'm always like off my feet, and that Saturday's the only day I get to like breathe.
What about for love life? Do you think you don't even have time for that right now?
Not really, you know. Not in the way I would like to, because like there's just a lot of things like. Even like trying to like message someone continuously during the day.
Hey yo, H to the face. H to the face.
What face you see? What's wrong? Why?
This guy.
Don't you go on like dates and that though?
Oh, isn't there a budget for it?
There is budgets for dates.
So then you got time then.
But I haven't been on a date in a very long time.
Oh, you mean-
The concrete.
Wow. But yeah, nah.
H's face with a picture for.
That's a bit mad, you know.
He said,
Yeah, I think I do struggle with to actually have a proper solid love life because I'm actually quite busy.
I must say, one of the things that made me realise I'm getting older, is how much I use my calendar.
Yeah.
You know that app, the calendar app?
Oh, that calendar. And you set reminder. Wait, you set the reminder.
If it's not in my calendar, it doesn't exist. It doesn't
When I was
exist,
young,
bro.
what was calendar
When
to
do
me
you set your
now?
reminder?
The day
So
before,
I said-
and then also
yeah.
like 2 hours before.
Day before and then 2 hours before. And I also put
Like
travel
2 hours
time.
before as well.
I even put
I need to
travel
start
time.
using it.
It's all fam.
There's so many things I forget.
Nah,
That calendar.
calendar is
Do you know you man? I used to do that listing. No.
What,
See
the
that
calendar?
calendar? No, calendar makes sense, bro. Because you know what it is.
It reminds
Get
me.
out.
No, I want to know though.
I used to make a list of like my stuff that I need
notes.
to do.
Or like
I used-
to-do list.
Yeah. I used to do that, innit? But now I use the calendar because of the notifications, bro.
Yeah,
Notifications?
man. It's
brother.
gold, man. It's absolutely
Even when
gold.
you're driving on Apple CarPlay,
the
you see it
notifications.
like in the
True,
corner.
yeah, it's
yeah.
true.
Let's be like,
Always see
let's be
that
like,
recording.
Oh, notifications.
I'm now flipping up. All these
No, that's
tired
useful
of
though.
talking, fam.
That's because, bro, deep, how many times have you forgotten about something
Yeah,
and
man.
it just pops like, oh, that's you get me?
But it gives me anxiety at the
It's the
same
double
time.
booking that's the peak.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
peak, bro. It is, bro.
Bro, you told your mom you're going to take her to Southampton.
Bro, grown man. Plans there, right?
He says something.
These times you're chilling with a man, then we're about to go bambo. Shut
You said you.
You said you were going to take
Oh, you have to off your
It's okay.
boots.
If you have all that stuff, it's alright.
Yo, when they go to that, you can't.
That emotional.
Bro,
I'm
you
just
can't.
like, yeah,
Bro, you can't.
Hey, just living my life.
I'm stupid. That emotional manipulation.
It's okay, you're growing up now.
It's okay. You don't have time for me.
I'll just walk.
It's okay.
Hey, she said that to me. I can't lie.
You're leaving wherever
Yeah,
I'm
bro, talk. You have to go.
They know how to
Breeze
get
in
you,
there,
fam.
bro.
Pull at the heartstrings, fam.
They know they
Wherever they want, fam.
Anyway, they've sacrificed for us, so it's worth it.
Yeah. Funny thing I saw this week, So yeah, that's a bit random when I jumped into it. This week there was a bit of conversation around Tommy Fury and Molly Mae. So he's been away. I don't know if you don't know, but Molly Mae recently gave birth.
Yeah.
I think she had a girl. I think it's a daughter. Well, I don't. But I'm not on. You get them man.
Not the Long Island.
Yeah, not on that stuff. But yeah, recently gave birth. But he's been away in fight camp for like a month now, and people were getting onto him saying like, bro, like, fair enough, you're doing your thing, but you've been away from your newborn baby and wife. She's alone looking after the child, and also prior to that as well, whilst we're still pregnant, he was away doing other things as well. So people were basically getting onto him saying, as a man, is this the right time to be doing this kind of stuff? Shouldn't you prioritize your wife and your newborn baby? So what do you guys think in terms of us as men when we're pursuing certain business ventures or whatever, which will have a good impact on the family, but leaving your wife and your children in order to pursue that? What do you think as men? Is that a good thing to do, or should we prioritize the family more?
I
feel
think.
like-
Go on, bro.
Yeah, a quick one. I just feel like that's not really specific to him. I feel like that's across like a lot of industries, like especially sporting. Like NBA players are always on the road. Like they are hard. They're at home with their family. They're always traveling from state to state, playing games. So it's just like they are probably like missing out on a lot of things with their family, not there in key periods and stuff like that. So it's part of the sacrifice of like chasing your dream or your career path or just being an athlete. There's an element of sacrifice. I remember one guy was saying, I was speaking to him at work, and he was like, oh, if you make partner, like in this firm, the firm comes first.
That's mad.
Like for you to make partner, basically the firm comes first. Like that people have to understand that. And I was like, right, that's mad. Like,
Yeah.
me personally, like, that's not me, innit?
Yeah.
But like the fact that that is the mindset,
mentality,
yeah, like it just shows that there's a certain point where you're gonna have to sacrifice and some things have to give.
Yeah.
And I feel like each to their own, innit?
Yeah. I came to a realization this week actually that I looked at the legal path and the road to partner and all that kind of stuff. And yes, there's amazing salaries in it. And I asked myself, am I willing to actually sacrifice what's required to get to these levels? And no. Like, I look at some of these partners and I'm like, they're at work till stupid hours. They have kids who they probably don't even know what the kid's doing. And it's like, fair enough, you're making stupid money, you're a millionaire, whatever, but you're not really present in your kid's life. Like, you hardly chill with your wife. And I think when it comes to the Tommy Fury thing as well, it's like, there comes a time you have to ask yourself what you're actually striving to achieve. Is it worth giving up some of these moments to achieve it? So like, for instance, Tommy's situation now, like the first few moments of his child's life is slightly missing it.
Yeah.
Like that, being able to bond with the child from the initial, like the mother already has a bond. She's been carrying the child for 9 months. But he's missing the first few weeks of this child's life.
Would you not say it's seasonal though?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say.
It is seasonal.
In his situation.
Especially in this season.
It is seasonal, but then it's like, how important is it to go to this fight camp and have this fight? Can't it be postponed a little bit? Like,
How long is training camp roughly?
it depends, no?
Usually, it depends, but usually about 8 to 12 weeks.
But
Yeah.
even
It
still,
would
the
depend on
moment
8 to 12 weeks.
might pass a little bit. You don't know what might happen to Jake Paul. You don't know what happened to whatever. So the ability to capitalize on the situation the way he can now might not always be there. So therefore, like he said, it's seasonal. So he takes the opportunity
What
as
cost?
it is. But the thing is, if he's away for 3 weeks and he makes, I don't know, it's time to make millions or whatever. I mean, that's not a bad to be away for 3 weeks to make millions. But people are away for months and they don't even make. Do you know what I mean?
Saying that, yeah, you know what's funny? He actually pushed the fight anyway. That's why Jake Paul said,
initially.
now that your wife or girl has had the kid, now you can stop making excuses, now we can fight. So I think he actually moved the fight, because they were supposed to fight time ago. So I think now is just the time where they probably agreed that it's a better time now.
Yeah.
Because imagine not being with your wife when she's actually pregnant. She can be pregnant any time. So then you actually need to be there. But if the kid's actually there, maybe that's probably a better time.
And I feel like
And babies don't really do much when they're first born.
And I feel like social media is a bit like they talk before they really sort of understand the situation. Because like I said again, there's so many fathers out here that will joke for their children are doing shifts. And in those shifts, there might be night shifts to where you don't see the child for the day because you're sleeping during the day.
Yeah.
So therefore, for a whole week, you might not actually get to contact with your child, or you're there in the house, but you're not actually there with your child. But and you're not even making anywhere near what he might be making for only being gone for a month.
But I guess the
Do you know
argument
what I mean?
people will make for that is that does he need the money? In terms
But
of
the thing is, we don't know that. That's the thing, you don't know that.
Let me land in it. Obviously, the people that you talked about are people that do it out of necessity, who can't necessarily provide for their children and giving their children the bare minimum.
Yeah.
An argument could be made that, you know, his wife is doing really well in her creative director career at PLT. An argument can be made that the funds aren't necessarily required. It's more so about chasing your dreams, which I don't think is bad, but I feel like it's very hard to compare and contrast with someone who is actually doing it to make ends meet, which is a necessity.
I feel like that's an assumption though, because the thing is, you don't know, everything is a facade, right?
So what's the assumption I'm making?
That they're necessarily financially comfortable, that they're stable, just because they look like
That he doesn't need to do
that he
it,
doesn't
basically.
need to do it.
So you think it's a plausible thing to say that if he doesn't go to this fight, his family is going to be financial ruin?
We don't know.
You just
We
don't
don't-
know
I
that.
don't know the
I'm not
fact.
saying
I don't
that's
know.
plausible. I'm just saying you just can't say that guaranteed that that's the fact. You can't. You don't know.
I think it'll be very difficult to.
Well,
I think it'll be very difficult, especially if your wife is like a creative director for one of the biggest brands in the UK.
Yeah, but you don't know their costs, though.
Exactly. I'm not saying
you don't know their
I
costs.
think it's a reasonable assumption though.
Yeah, I think
That
very
they're
reasonable.
That she can be the breadwinner.
No, that they're comfortable.
Not even that they're comfortable, that they make it ends meet, that they can live a normal life.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
But my thing is,
Yeah, like, we
you
can't
can make
compare
that
and
assumption, but at the same time, like I said,
Can't compare and contrast with people that are doing
the
10
thing
shifts
is,
to keep
even
all
that
their
creative
fish straight.
director title that she has, she doesn't have that for a lifetime. It's only for a certain amount of time.
contracted time,
It's a
yeah.
contracted
I
time. So
agree, I
therefore,
agree.
so therefore, to maintain a certain lifestyle that they live. So for you, obviously, it seems like they can afford it for now. But the thing is, if they want to maintain the lifestyle that they have, they're going to need to make more money.
Let's be objective.
But again,
I am being objective.
Because
There's monthly costs that come with all of this. And it's higher costs.
100%.
I don't even want to pocket watch now, but the thing is, there's a difference between maintaining a lifestyle and living at the bare minimum or being able to live like.
Yeah, but you're not going to tell somebody how they're going to live their life.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not going to tell anyone how to live their life, but you can't compare and contrast with dads that are juking, going to work 6 shifts to pay bills and that. That's why I was saying that. That's why I think that's a very unfair comparison because those dads have to go out there out of necessity. They must, or else their children will be in financial. To be fair, I don't think it's a fair comparison to make.
But then I also feel like though some of these people can feel that way though. That they're doing it out of the necessity, out of the fact that, wow, I could make this money for my child. Not a lot of people have this opportunity. Let me make that opportunity.
Agreed, but you could. That's why I said you could also argue that even without that, they could still be financially okay.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
But that's fine. But if you have the chance to make your, if you have the chance to make,
I think that's fine. I think my thing is, if we're going to compare it, let's compare it as Bissy did with his career. Is a decision of okay, cool. As a father, your dad now. Should I go for that director role? Should I go for another role? Should I push through? And what's the opportunity cost? I think that's a fair conversation to have. While comparing it to dads who are drinking.
No, but I didn't say that it was a menial job. I didn't say it was a lower level job. I'm just saying there's people out here who are in the house with their family, but the way the job is structured, they don't get to see their kids, and they might not necessarily make as much as they don't have to be making. Well, but even if we're making £300,000 a year, £400,000 a year. You could still might not see your child every day. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so therefore, what I'm trying to say is, he's going for 3 weeks, and he can make what M's.
12 weeks.
12 weeks, and he can make M's. All I'm saying is that social media is quick to sort of just talk, say whatever they want to say. But fam, I don't feel like it's terrible. Do you think this applies to Megan?
Hi. First of all, I don't know who that is.
What, Megan and Harry?
But that must be. That must be. Like the Fred Flintstone's cousin. Megan.
Oh, bro.
This is crazy madness now.
Based on what H said, do we think that's Megan and Harry? Man says chainsaw. Alright, wait.
Now that was a rigmarole. That was a rigmarole.
We were allowing him.
We were allowing him. The first one, second one. Now the third one, I'm not saying, man.
He gonna get it.
No.
We were all rooting for you.
Nah, what's it? It was a mad thing. I'll give you that. But nah, what's it? Based on what he said, yeah, do we feel that applies for Meghan and Harry?
That's a good point. Yeah, slightly.
1,000% Kenny.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying. I'm just asking. Do we feel that it applies?
1,000%.
We want our privacy.
No,
personally, I'll be honest with you.
I'm an actor.
I feel that.
I'm an actor.
No. But I feel like that low key applies to that situation. Because for me personally, she's complaining about she's complaining about like the pressure from the media, right? Bro, pause. My man's mum died. Wait, pause. No. My man's mum died, from press chasing her for a tunnel. Bro, that's how his mom died. Through press, and she wasn't even married to the So therefore, you must understand that it's a mad thing, no?
Hey, you know what I'm doing?
Do you know what I mean?
You know what I'm doing the most about that whole situation, She actually says, I didn't know it would be like this.
No, grown man. I didn't know.
I said, what?
The Americans don't know nothing about you.
No, but then,
bro, that's what
I'm so sorry, you're an ignorant, silly
bro, that's
person.
ignorance.
I mean, call it what it is, but they don't know much, bro.
Minimal research, bro.
Bro, minimal.
You don't know what the media is like in this country.
No, nah, come on, man.
There's an element of grace because even Diana, she always complained about how intense the
But
so I think there is understanding.
For Diana, I can
you
even
sign up to that.
No,
Diana,
you sign up to an extent of it.
Diana was what do you call it in law? A case that you rely on.
Okay.
In court. What do you call it?
Precedent.
Diana was precedent.
Yeah, wait.
The story was clear.
Clear, bro.
The way the
Clear.
media taught her, the way they treat. Wow.
No,
Just let people finish, bro.
The way the media treated.
No, sometimes you got to talk.
Just let people finish.
The way the media treated her was very clear. Like you've seen the interviews, you see how they talk to her in public, you see the way they abused her. You saw that. So for you to,
that doesn't mean
you don't feel the same.
I'm not saying anything.
But that doesn't mean it's okay.
No, I'm not saying it doesn't mean it's okay, but there's a level of education that you had there that you could have read into and seen and understand what type of family you're marrying into.
And then implied the further context that, yes, you're someone of colour. Honestly, because for me personally, I'll be honest, I get why she's upset and I get obviously the pressure and whatever, but bro, again, like you just said, when you see how they treated Diana, what did you expect?
So do you think it justifies the treatment?
No, it doesn't. Okay. But at the same, it doesn't justify the treatment. However,
she can't complain as much.
I feel like her doing.
She should just suck it up.
Not suck it up, but there's a way in which she could have done it to where it wasn't as messy as it is now, man. Basically, let's just say that.
If you weigh 65 kilos and you go into the ring with a heavyweight boxer and you get knocked out, it's kind of your fault.
But you know what it is? I feel like Americans are just set up different.
No, I hear it.
People like British people are very like that. They'll take things on the chin. Like they're a bit more covert. Like they'll just swallow it. They're more subtle. American people are a bit more like in your face.
Yeah,
like if they don't really like something, they'll make it known. Like they're not scared to face the media that way.
But this is my thing. That's why you shouldn't be upset when you've come through and you pretty much made a mockery of the crown. You're gonna get it.
Wow, that one.
You have. No, but you know.
I don't think she made a mockery of the crown. That's
to make the prince the Nazis to make the prince or to compel the prince to do that. Obviously,
to do what himself.
Because the way I see
it, to renounce his title.
Yeah, it is a bit.
But she was going through.
I know. But obviously, from their perspective, they're gonna see it. That's how they're gonna see it.
The issues with Meghan started way before that.
No, I understand that, but they were always, like I said, they were always going to have issues. They had problems with Diana. It was always going to be a thing.
Yeah.
So this is my thing. I'm not saying that.
I think it's her fault for putting herself in that situation in the first place.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that it's right. I'm not saying or whatever. But you knew what was coming with the role. Do you know what I mean? And then,
I don't agree.
I can't like real talk though. What you just mentioned is quite important.
Yeah,
is this just all a cover up for the?
I think it is
Andrew thing?
because that
Is this
one.
to divert attention there?
That one, and then also,
Is it just to divert attention there? Because that's a big thing.
scandalous.
You're not saying that she.
That's another mockery of the crown.
Hold on. You're not saying that it's expected, yeah. But in the same vein, if you look at his brother and the wife and the treatment she's had, it's not to the same degree of what Meghan's getting. So it's
Because
not always,
Meghan hasn't-
but
she hasn't done anything
it's not
like
always
this.
guaranteed that you're going to be treated in the same vein as Diana. William, his wife has had no smoke like that. She had initial bit of media attention, but she's had kind of.
He's always been like.
First and foremost, you don't even know what she's dealing with. First and foremost,
Who?
You don't know what she's dealing with.
Well, she's not in the public eye as much.
You don't know what she's dealing with.
Basically, I would disagree with you because Kate Middleton is someone who understood, who is almost probably been rare to be the wife of Prince William.
What makes you say that?
In terms of the family that she comes from, in terms of their affluence, in terms of the schools that she went to, she was very clear and in the proximity of royalty. So she understood. There's probably protocols and things she's done to guide in a certain way. Meghan had no clue. First of all, Meghan is a divorcee. Yeah, that's already, we already know how much of a black state that is in this country, unfortunately. So first of all, bringing that in first. Cool. Secondly, you're a woman of colour. It's unfortunate.
Yeah,
it's sad. However, this country has racist undertones. If you believe you're the person that's gonna break that ceiling, you need to be ready to break that ceiling. Same way when we go into work, we know this and we need to break ceilings. We know there's gonna be certain behaviours we come in contact with. I'm not gonna now see these behaviour and be like,
Oh wow,
this is hot. No, if I want to be a trailblazer, I need to understand how to navigate and make those roads for others.
And the thing is, the reason I kind of sort of can understand why some people are upset, I'm not saying it's treatment is right, it's not right, it's not right.
It's not right.
I'm just saying I can see why some people are so viscerally upset, because imagine someone came
Whoa, where?
bro,
My guy.
you do law.
No, but I love it, man.
Sometimes I feel like he's patronising, bro. Honestly, like. But anyway, I feel like I said, if you come in now and you've got that role, to make the person, not make, but for the prince to denounce. Imagine we're Nigerian now. We're in Nigeria. We live in Nigeria. We've got our king or we've got our queen or whatever, and someone from whatever country comes in now and causes that much disruption. As much as they might be right in whatever feelings they may feel, as someone that's from the country, you'll feel like, wait, you're disrespecting the culture that we have. You're disrespecting
The only thing is, the only reason.
She didn't even know about curtsying to the queen.
But the only thing is, I would disagree with you there, is that Meghan, ever since the issue with her and Harry was announced, she had problems.
Yeah.
Problem.
What do you mean? How do you mean?
She had problems already, bro. You need to remember.
No, I'm not saying that I expected her to have problems.
But what I'm saying to you is that it's not fair for us to now come to the end of the story and say what happens if you make a prince denounce or whatever. There's a full story you're missing. You need to remember.
No. I get that, and I'm not saying that she was wrong. I'm not saying that wrong. I'm not saying it's wrong that he went. But I'm just saying the emotions that come with that sort of action.
But those emotions were there right from the beginning, because, bro, man, they were posting pictures of a man and a woman bringing a monkey out of hospital.
No, I understand
when they had the first child.
I understand that. I understand that.
Prominent radio presenter.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Obviously, if that's how they felt before, once he denounces the crown, how much more do you expect to do?
But then also, the thing about it is, then there's, sorry, just the final point I make. Then we're now actually taking a lot of responsibility away from Harry.
That's what I was just about to say. Like, what point is he?
Harry played a part.
No, I'm not saying that he's done it.
Meghan didn't make Harry do that. Harry did it for him.
I'm not saying that, but you have to see how they would, how another person would see it. All I'm saying is, I can see why they might be upset. I'm not saying how she's been treated is right. I'm just saying, bro, they're not crazy for being upset either. That's all I'm saying.
I get that.
That's all.
Can I ask you guys off the topic, because I don't care about Meghan. I really don't. Yeah, because Queen. Yeah. How much are you willing to sacrifice for you to be successful? It sounds a bit quite of a broad question, but
I already know my first question.
Let me give you some pointers. So, like, let's say delaying starting a family, delaying focusing on your love life. Things like that, or if you already started a family, missing certain things in the family that just in order to attain the level of success you want to get to.
When you say
how much are you willing to
be more specific? Like, how do you mean certain things? How do you mean?
So those are some of the examples. So like delaying getting married, because you feel like that would then be a commitment that could put you away from you focusing on the goal of, let's say, the business or the job and getting to the highest level.
Do you say sacrifice for your goal or for your family?
Sacrificing anything in order to get to the level of success you want.
To be successful.
So it could be anything. So, I don't know, sacrificing family, being around your family, sacrificing getting married, sacrificing...
It's our cameraman. Yeah. It's our cameraman.
Yeah.
So unprofessional. So unprofessional.
So how much are you willing to sacrifice?
How much are you not individually?
Fire that, man.
Honestly,
that's 50% of your bill. Fire. Idiots.
But yeah,
You'll never work in this studio again.
It's not a studio.
Unless
This guy is better off.
Back to it though. Like, how much?
You're so lucky. It wasn't
a bad one. I
Yeah, that was hysterical. I don't even care if it wasn't that bad.
He's loaded.
Bro,
that's hysterical.
You good?
Next person to fumble is pissed.
It's
finished. That E is gonna hit differently.
I just wanted to carry. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you, man.
Love that.
But yeah, how willing I know you come with the spray. Where's the shot, man?
Yeah, that joke was there.
It's not a joke, it's gonna happen soon. Cool. How much are you willing to actually sacrifice? Because I think the older I'm getting, I'm actually asking myself this real question every day. Because I think when I was younger, it was very easy to say, I want to do this, I want to be this rich, that rich. But when you actually figure out that there are certain sacrifices you have to make in order to attain these things, and you have to ask yourself, is it really worth it? Am I willing to sacrifice these things to get to this level? So for you guys, let's go around. Could be a nice way to close actually. Like, how much are you willing to sacrifice in order to get to where you want to get to?
It's hard to quantify, but I'd say I just try and assess my mental state, like continuously. So I try and reflect and just ensure that I'm in a place of like contentment. Like still striving for success, but learn to be like appreciative of what I have, and then just observing like the fruits of my life. So if I start to see things that I don't like I start to become more irritable, or I'm always tired, or like I don't have time for certain things that I would deem quite important, then that's like a red flag, and I'll probably have to assess and be like, okay, these are the things I'm doing. Do I really need to be spending so much time doing this? And what do I need to change to get the balance back? So I think it's just a constant like process of just assessing like your situation and then adjusting. But I feel like you have peaks and troughs like of, you know, times where you can probably give more to work, times where you need to probably like take away a little bit. So I don't know how I'd quantify it, but it's just being conscious that, you know, you have to find the balance right.
It's more being generic, so like something like having a child and knowing what comes with being a father. You saying, you know what, where I am currently in my career and where I'd like to be in 3 years, you know what, I think I'm going to wait another 2-3 years before I have a child, because I know that will take me away from pursuing this career wholeheartedly. So more like that, more generic things like that. Like that's what I mean. Like, what are you lot willing to sacrifice? So like you, for instance, said, you know, you don't have that much free time. So something like love life takes the back burner. Are you willing to continue to have that back burner in your love life for the next, let's say, 2-3 years to get to the level that you want to get to? That's what I mean. I don't know if that helps.
Yeah, it does a little bit. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say still. Like, I can't, in this moment, I can't think of like what I'd willingly sacrifice. Like, for example, it just depends like on how long. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, if it's for like a couple of months or like a year, I know, okay, I'm trying to graft, I'm trying to get to X. But if it's like 2-3 years, I'm trying to pursue certain roles, certain whatever, to the detriment of like me being with like my partner or delaying marriage or not being with my mom or whatever, it's just like, I think I'll just get to a point where I wouldn't be happy. Like those fruits that I was talking about, I'll start to see them and I'll be like, it's not worth it. So it's just like, yeah, I don't know how else to really explain it.
No, I hear it though.
I'm probably going to be a bit more honest to myself. Probably a little bit more toxic, unfortunately. I always keep going. Like, I don't really see a balance. I run myself into the ground and I go again. And that's just been me being just deadly honest. Like for me, my life is always about being the best at everything that I do. And till I reach that moment in my career, other things will take a back burner. So love life will take a back burner. And I think that's more so because in recent years, I don't necessarily value it as high. I don't value marriage as high as I previously did. And that's probably what allows me to actually almost zero in on myself and just focus on, okay, cool. How can I accumulate as much wealth or as much knowledge or as much acumen to build myself and to be the best at what I do? Probably not best, because obviously it means I don't see my family as much, don't spend time with the boys as much, but I think for me at the end of the day, I see the fruits of it in the sense of whether it be monetary, whether it be knowledge increase, I see it, so it actually pushes me to keep going, and that's just me being very candid. So for me, I'm willing to sacrifice quite a lot for me to be successful.
I hear it, bro.
Just me real.
No, I hear that.
You might.
I think regardless of where you fall on this, you're gonna sacrifice something.
100%.
So whether you're more like career focused, money driven and stuff like that, you're gonna sacrifice the things like the love life, the time with your family and friends, time with your kids and so on and so forth. If you're more focused on like the intrinsic stuff, like, you know, you're more family oriented and stuff like that, you're gonna have to sacrifice like maybe a pay cut or like your career or something. The question now you need to ask yourself is, what am I willing to sacrifice? So which path do I want to go down? And only you can answer that question for yourself. Where do you see your life going? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, do you see yourself as like a family man, being able to take your kids to the park, play football with them and stuff like that? There's certain professions that you won't excel at, just unfortunately. Like, for instance, you were talking about the legal sector. Like, there's lawyers who literally, they work 7 days a week, 24/7. Like, something's got to take a back burner. I know myself that, all right, cool. I'm gonna get to this level. The money's nice. I could do more, but the money's nice. I could take care of me, take care of my kids. We could do holiday a few times a year. My mom's okay, my dad's I'm nice. You might know me anyway. I'm a simple man. I'm a simple man, and I can't come and kill myself with this job. The way he runs himself to the ground, impossible. I take holiday. Sorry, how do I live, please? I can't come and kill myself, bro. I like to enjoy my life. You know what I'm saying? But I can't do the work. That's why I'd make a terrible lawyer. Not because I can't do it, but because I just don't.
I ain't gonna kill myself.
Like,
that's your problem.
Sorry, I'm in Jamaica. You got a court case today? Oh, man.
I'm a guy. Hold on. I'm gonna look at my client. Nigga, you got in jail. I'm in Aruba. I'm sorry.
You got in jail.
The judge brought it down to 5 years, but you're gonna write that version, man. Like,
that's good enough, right?
I'm with my missus in the room.
You tough, right?
Yeah, you tough, right? You know, just clench hard. Anyway, sorry. Sorry. Thank you.
I might take it from you.
But that's why I'm saying. So I know I'm willing to probably sacrifice more on the career side of things and like the work side of things and so on and so forth, because I want to be there for like my family and stuff. So that's my sacrifice I'm willing to do. Provided I have enough. Right, I'm willing to do that.
Email quickly.
So wait, Mike, you didn't answer. So
He did answer.
Family.
Oh, so he's more willing to sacrifice career.
I'm willing to sacrifice my career.
Okay, fair.
So he flipped it.
That makes sense. Again, just to echo off what everyone else said, I'd say to elevate, you need to separate.
Come with quote facts.
What's going on today? Even before we started, we're going to say,
so what is that?
Apostle fam. This guy been doing
Is that
Bible
something that comes with
You have to separate.
Nah, but it's true though.
what does that even mean?
Please don't text my life.
Everyone's like, sounded there. Everyone's like,
It sounded good, but we didn't even know what it meant.
Basically, to focus, you have to separate from what's distracting you.
Okay.
Like,
Oh,
You know
okay.
what I mean? So I've been watching like a few inspirational videos and whatnot. I'd say, have you ever tried to test yourself for like a year and thought to yourself, okay, cool, what kind of person can I be within a year or even 6 months? Like, you know how your life can change within 6 months or a year. You've never actually tested yourself, so with all the stuff you have, the bad things like, let's say, what can I say, work or, no, obviously work is work, girls, drinking, alcohol, all of that stuff, like drugs as well. But stuff like that.
Hey, I can't lie.
Continue.
Yeah, stuff like that. Literally, if you take yourself away from all of that and you literally focus on yourself, keep like a schedule to yourself, like a to-do list as well.
Being disciplined, basically.
Yeah, literally discipline yourself. I feel like, with all of that being done, it can definitely work. But to answer your question,
sacrifice?
to answer your question, I sacrifice because I can't lie. Family's a big thing, you know. Love life. I think I would sacrifice love life.
I honestly still don't understand how you can answer this question. I feel like Mike summarized it.
you can,
best.
you know.
No, because I feel like, bro, everyone will sacrifice some
Something
things.
to get something.
There's different elements of what you will sacrifice.
Yeah.
So it will look different. In some areas, it's like you're not sacrificing. In some areas, you are
But that's the thing,
sacrificing.
he's asking, what are you willing to do? So what
I could answer mine if it makes sense to you.
Go on, you answer.
Alright, so for me right now,
Sorry, Oz.
one thing I've sacrificed a lot in the pursuit of where I'm trying to get to is my free time. Now, I wish I could spend more time with my girl. I wish I could spend more time with my family. And I feel like I've been robbed of that because of the many different things we're doing. Like right now, like we said, this is our free time.
Yeah.
We're here.
You want to-
I haven't spoken to my girl since I finished work. I finished work and we started this straight away. Now, this is an element of sacrifice. I'm sacrificing free time that I could use towards other stuff to just be pursuing these different ventures. Weekend, I'm busy tomorrow. I'm busy from the morning.
Is that an observation or a choice? So did you?
It's
did
a
you look
choice
back
because
and observe?
you're
I think
pursuing
it's
something, and this is why it's very important to choose a partner wisely. Because luckily, I have a partner that's understanding and understands where I'm trying to get to, and it's in alignment with what we're both trying to achieve in life. So because of that, she appreciates that. Okay, I know I'm not going to hear from him until after he does this. No problem. Like there's even times my girl used to come to me for the 360 booth. She'll come to me to bookings. And that's us having quality time whilst I'm working. Because fair enough, I'm robbed of free time, but she finds a way to at least make time together. So she understands that this is sacrifices we're making now. Yeah, it's almost like delayed gratification. We're not going to do this forever, but this is the season we're in. So for me,
But that's
one
my
main thing
point. That's my point. I feel like in some situations, I might be willing to sacrifice free time. In others, I might not. So it's like it's not always consistent.
Yeah, no, but
it
that's
changes.
No, but I'm
So for me to say like, what would I sacrifice?
Yeah.
It just depends.
No, but the thing is, he's asking more so in relation to what right now are you sacrificing?
Yeah, like,
and
what
does
you
that look like
sacrificing,
for
and-
you?
Because I mean, that's a different
You can't give
question.
an answer.
No, but
No, but
that's
he answered that.
different.
No, he
No,
answered
up and down.
It kind of is the same thing because if you're sacrificing right now, it means you are willing to sacrifice it. Because if your free time is being robbed right now for the stuff you're pursuing,
I mean,
like
you're
you
already
do
sacrificing.
multiple
No, but
things.
for example, like,
Yeah.
just to give an example, yeah, like okay, let's just say right now.
You have a booking or something.
No, let's just say right now, yeah, I'm willing to sacrifice time with like my partner, yeah, or family, like you kind of just mentioned. That's something I'm willing to sacrifice right now. Maybe in a year's time, that's something I'm not willing to sacrifice. So that variable is not constant. So what I'm trying to say is like there might be a point in time where it's like I'm willing to sacrifice that. Another point I'm not.
I think
But
he's just trying to say like
This
right
season
now,
you're in.
this season you're in.
But even
I'm saying that's a different question.
But even at that, I feel like even in that next 1 year season, you can contextualize and say, you know, what would be the environment for you to sacrifice certain things.
Yeah, exactly.
So in a year's time, I don't know what will happen in your life. Maybe you can't sacrifice time with your partner anymore. You know what I mean? Because there's a level you've moved up to now. Do you know what I mean? So it's almost like context. So like obviously he said that for now it's fine, but obviously if he gets married and stuff, then he knows like cool, actually I need to safeguard my free time for my wife, my kids and stuff like that. So he's saying that is it possible for you when you're in maybe let's say in that season, maybe you're married, you've got kids, could you say, okay, actually I need to make more money as a father? Instead of actually spending time with my kids, and that's what he's asking. So could you do what something like a Tommy Fury's done? Could you leave your kids for 3 months and your wife for 3 months and say, actually, I need to go get this bread? Can you do that? Is that something you could do? Is it something you could? Because some people might be able to. Some people that's a no
Like he
go.
basically said he couldn't.
Some people, he said it's a no go.
I still feel like I can't answer because I feel like I'm gonna push it until the edge, if that makes sense. I'm gonna go as far as I can go.
Do you know what the edge looks like though?
I don't. That's what I'm saying.
No,
but that's my point.
That's
though,
what
because
answering
because
is.
like, look, he just said, wait, he just said,
Yeah,
he
go on.
works himself
After you,
into the
man.
ground. Yeah.
Yeah.
My point is that I will try and go to that extent as well.
But you don't know where.
When I start seeing those fruits, then I clock
pull
something
away.
has to change.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. But it's not. I'm not listing the variable.
No, but the thing is, you might not necessarily always have a variable. Like,
Eman, you actually answer yours because
but for me, obviously, I'm kind of like a combination of what Shegs has said and what H has just said. Basically, for me, I'm very much so obviously career driven as well. Like, I'm somebody that wants nice things. I like good things, and I want good things for my family and the people around me. And obviously, these things, they don't come easy. You know what I mean? You have to be ready to work for them. However, similar to what H has said, when I see myself starting to slip on certain things that I deem important, so for example, family time or whatever, or like just quality time with the people that matter to me or whatever, then obviously you reassess that situation. However, obviously, I do also feel like there is a point that you can get to where obviously you feel like you're either doing too much of work or not enough of family or vice versa. And for me personally, I'm not saying that I'm somebody that I prefer. It's just like you said, it's a sliding scale, isn't it? And I don't feel like that's a bad answer. I just feel like it's something that can happen. Like everybody's different. Your threshold is supposed to be different from his threshold or his threshold. I want to leave a legacy. However, I'm always going to strive for the best career, strive for the best sort of things in life, just strive to excel, basically.
We're all sacrificing right now.
Exactly. Strive to excel, because currently, like he's just said, bro, right now we could have used this evening to do other things, do you know what I mean? So...
Alright, I want to know in the comments as well, actually, what people are willing to sacrifice to get to whatever level of success they want to achieve. But one more thing, I know production are going to hate me for this, but I'm going to go around quickly, 5 seconds there, something you're grateful for. Literally 5 seconds, don't think about it.
Start there, bro.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, quickly.
My family.
Family.
My life.
Life.
Health.
Health.
That's a good one.
God.
My friends.
Friends. Family as well. Yeah. Thank you. Even let's be live.